What's up, what's up, what's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market, because that is simply impossible to do. And as always, hopefully you're not straddling the fence. You're investing into these appreciating assets that I call stocks. And you're not missing out on this ride, right? So what happened today? It looked like things went fairly well today, and all of those losses that occurred like last week, the last couple of weeks, have all been gained back in just 2 days. Hey, that's the way the stock market works. And had you been investing when stocks were down, your portfolio should be looking really nice and green right now. You should have made a lot of money. Because it says here, the Dow, S&P 500, Nasdaq surged to records as tame inflation cements Fed rate cut bets. And you know, the Feds are meeting next month. I mean, not next month, but next week. So we may get another rate cut. And you know, if you don't know, when rates are cut, people borrow money, businesses borrow money, and people invest more money into these appreciating assets. And those of us that are already invested, when others invest as well, the stock price goes up and everyone makes money. Those of us that own those stocks, right? So I like it. Even one of my dividends paid out today. So I made some money today from one of my dividend payouts. I'm happy. So anyway, also, I just woke up. I'm fasting today. Not that you care, but I have to drink all this water. I do this every weekend, and I noticed the weight just started coming off. Just fasting one day on the weekends. It's changed a lot. My taste buds have changed. I don't crave a lot of things. I don't even eat as much anymore. And my doctor says, hey, everything looks good. Anywho, back to the market. So U.S. stocks surged to record highs on Friday as investors digested a crucial inflation report that helped cement expectations for the Federal Reserve's next policy moves. I wonder if the government's going to open back up. Anywho, the Dow rose 1%, the S&P 500 gained 0.8%, and the Nasdaq jumped 1.2%. That's a nice jump. So the September inflation data released on Friday morning came in cooler than expected. The headline consumer price index rose 3% on an annual basis, the highest level since May, but softer than forecast for a 3.1% gain. Month over month, prices rose 0.3%, a slight cooling from August readings and also below expectation. You know, they're saying prices rose 0.3%. So goods and services are still going up, people. Stop leaving your money in the bank and invest so you can outpace inflation, right? So the report was delayed by more than a week due to the ongoing government shutdown, and was the first major economic release since the closure began, giving investors a long-awaited pulse check on the economy. The CPI data did little to shake the near unanimous investor confidence in a coming rate cut from the Fed next week, and more beyond that. Around 99% of bets are on a quarter point cut next week, while some 96% of traders expect another slash in December. Meanwhile, President Trump injected fresh uncertainty into trade negotiations with key U.S. partners, announcing Friday he would cancel trade talks with Canada. Trump cited a Canadian advertisement against his signature tariffs plan, which features the voice of former President Ronald Reagan. So in corporate, Intel shares pairs significant gains after the chip giant reported third quarter revenue that topped Wall Street estimates. We believe we're well positioned to play a more significant role in AI, Intel's head of investor relations, John Pitzer, said in an interview with Yahoo Finance. Hey, AI people, technology is driving the future. Hopefully you are invested into it and taking full advantage of it. If not, you're being left behind. So let's see what happened to some stocks today. SPLG, the S&P 500 ETF, gained 66 cents today, closing out at $79.67. NVIDIA gained $4.10 today, closing out at $186.26. Broadcom gained $9.84 today, closing out at $354.13. FTEC gained $3.57, closing out at $230.61. Palantir gained $4.15 today, closing out at $184.63. What did Tesla do? Did Tesla come down today? Let's see. Yes, Tesla lost $15.26 today, closing out at $433.72. And that's it, people. That's it with market news and what happened today in the market. I can never get this camera right. I'm sorry. You need to start investing, people. You need to start investing. Invest into yourself. Invest into you getting better, losing stress, lose weight, taking better care of your family. Invest more into yourself. And as you invest into yourself, you will start to make the right decisions, like investing, so that you can create an even more solid foundation for your family. Money is not everything. Even though I'm talking about stocks and money being made and money being lost, it's not everything, but it is a part of the life that we currently live. So why not make the most out of it? Start doing better things for yourself. Get your mind right. Create a plan. You need to create a plan. Write the vision, make it plain. Where there is no vision, the people perish. When you don't have a plan for your life, what are you doing? What are you living for? What are you aiming for? Where do you expect to be in 5 years, 10 years? Where do you expect to be when you finally retire? Do you even think about retirement? If not, you need to start doing so. And it's better late than never to start creating a plan. You need to get out of debt. Americans are heavily in debt. So you need to get out of debt. And like I said, you need to write down that vision. You need to write out that plan. And that plan is called a budget. Write it out. Get rid of all of that debt. Get rid of the student loan debt, the personal loan debt, the car loan debt, the credit card debt. Get rid of all of those things that are holding you back. Get off of social media. Stop trying to show everyone how much money you're spending, because most people really don't care. I'm glad you're on that trip, in that water, doing all these things in that country, but it's not changing anything in my life if I'm in a ton of debt. And then you're not telling me how you're doing those things. Are you taking those trips and paying for those things from your investments, or are you charging them to your credit card? What is your credit card balance? Oh, none of my business? Okay. I'm just saying, people, we really don't know how others are truly living and how they live. We just know what we're being shown, because we do the exact same thing. We show people what we want them to see, and a lot of times what people see isn't necessarily the truth. But you have free will, so do what you want to do. But you need to get out of debt. Get out of debt so that you can start investing into assets that are appreciating. Like one of the dividends that I got paid today is an 18.45% dividend. So I'm making 18.45% on my investment. Depending upon how many shares that I own of that stock, I'm being paid 18% annually, right? What are you getting paid annually for your money sitting in the bank? Nothing. The bank actually uses your money as leverage to invest. They're probably making 18 to 20, 30, 40% on the money that you have sitting in their banks. They're using it as leverage and they're investing it, making 30, 40%, but you're only getting 0.02, 0.5, or hardly anything on your money being in their checking account, in their savings account. You know, and if you ever pay attention, that's why a lot of, when in the past, when banks go bankrupt, because they are overextended on their investments. Even though your money's in the bank, they've overextended on their investments, on how they were investing your money, not theirs, yours, right? So banks are good. You know, I have money in the bank, but I'm not leaving all of my money in the bank. I'm having my money work for me. My money works harder for me than I do for the money that I invest. I make money in my sleep, literally. Literally. Put it in the stock market, it works for me. Other people are managing funds like SPLG or FTEC or VOO or VGT, SMH. You know, those companies are managing it. I give them my money. They manage the funds, the stocks within those funds. The only one that I manage are like my single stock portfolio. That's why I only have a few, because trying to manage a lot when I have other things to do can be frustrating. Takes up a lot of time. So yeah. And like I said, like even today I checked my portfolio and one of my accounts is up 46%. Like if people were investing in the stocks like I talk about every day, their accounts would be sitting the same as mine, because the stocks that I talk about on a daily basis, like the Palantirs, the Broadcom, the Nvidias, the Teslas, that's what I invest in. And those stocks year to date are up. And some are up at an all-time high. So yeah. But it's up to you. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Do your research though, people. Or have a financial investor invest your money for you. So I'm going to end this video. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. So any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. That's good water. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day.